Most seniors think that taking more vitamins automatically means better health. It feels safe, it feels smart. And for years, advertisements have told us that supplements are the secret to staying young. But after 60, the body changes in ways most people never notice. Metabolism slows. Kidneys and liver filter more slowly, and what once helped can slowly start to build up. The truth is, there are a few vitamins that can quietly overload your system if you keep taking large doses year after year. Today we'll look at 3 of the most common ones, how that happens, and what smarter habits can keep your body balanced. Now, before we begin, remember this isn't about fear. Vitamins are not villains. They're powerful nutrients that deserve respect. The key is understanding dosage and source. Nature designed these compounds to arrive through food mixed with fiber, water, and other chemicals that help the body control how much it absorbs. When we swallow them in concentrated form every day, the body loses that control. Let's start with the first nutrient on our list, one that almost every multivitamin contains in generous amounts, vitamin A. We often think of it as the eye vitamin. It helps with vision and immune function, and we get small, safe quantities from colorful vegetables like carrots, pumpkin, and spinach. But vitamin A is fat soluble, which means it doesn't wash out easily. The liver stores the extra for later use, and over the years that reserve can grow too large. Doctors sometimes notice a pattern. Older adults who take high-dose capsules for long periods begin to feel tired for no clear reason. They may develop dry skin, headaches, or even aching bones. Many never suspect that a simple daily supplement could be a factor. Scientific papers have discussed this for decades. Researchers in the journal Nutrients reviewed data showing that chronic high intake of preformed vitamin A, not the beta-carotene from vegetables, but the ready-made form from pills and animal sources, can stress the liver and in extreme cases lead to toxicity. The solution is simple: moderation. Food first. Colorful produce gives your body beta-carotene, which it converts to vitamin A only when needed. That built-in control switch prevents overload. Supplements, however, bypass the switch. The second vitamin on our list has a reputation for being the heart's best friend, vitamin E. It's another antioxidant, meaning it helps neutralize free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage cells. Back in the 1990 seconds, large studies suggested vitamin E might lower heart disease risk, and suddenly it was added to nearly every multivitamin and advertised everywhere. People started taking 400-unit capsules daily, thinking more must be better. But later studies told a more complicated story. When researchers at Harvard followed thousands of participants, they found that very high doses of vitamin E could slightly increase the risk of hemorrhagic stroke bleeding inside the brain. Why? Because vitamin E thins the blood a little, and when taken in excess, that effect becomes too strong. Again, moderation is the answer. Natural sources, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens deliver small amounts that the body can use safely. A handful of almonds or sunflower seeds gives you plenty. The point isn't to fear the nutrient, it's to recognize that its power cuts both ways. Think of it like sunlight. A few minutes a day nourishes life, but too many hours can burn. Now we come to the third vitamin, one that hides in energy blends and fortified drinks, vitamin B6, the nerve vitamin. It helps the body process protein and keeps the nervous system running smoothly. But unlike other B vitamins that flush out quickly, B6 can linger if taken in massive doses. Some older adults start noticing tingling or numbness in their hands and feet, sometimes assuming it's arthritis or circulation problems. In reality, long-term high-dose B6 can irritate nerves. A study from the Mayo Clinic documented cases where reducing supplemental B6 reversed those symptoms within weeks. Again, the goal isn't to eliminate these vitamins, it's to right-size them. After 60, organs don't clear excess as efficiently, and the margin between helpful and harmful narrows. A balanced diet usually supplies what you need. Supplements are tools to fill gaps, nothing more. When we look at all three, A, E, and B6, a single message repeats: balance. Too little causes deficiency. Too much causes stress. The body loves equilibrium. It wants nutrients in natural proportions, surrounded by the cofactors that foods naturally contain. Real meals provide that orchestra. Isolated pills play only one loud instrument. This doesn't mean everyone should throw away their vitamins. It means taking inventory. Check labels. Notice how many products overlap. One multivitamin may already provide more than enough, and that extra energy or eye health capsule might simply double it. Ask your healthcare provider to review your list once a year. A simple blood test can show whether you're high, low, or right where you should be. That's real preventive care, no guesswork, just data. So, what's the takeaway from this first part? Awareness is health. The difference between a remedy and a risk often comes down to dose and duration. You can think of these vitamins as friendly helpers who get impatient when you keep calling them every hour. Invite them only when needed, and they'll serve you well for life. When you start the day tomorrow and reach for your pills, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, do I really need this one every single day? That tiny pause can protect your liver, your heart, and your nerves more than any capsule ever could. Remember, knowledge is the most powerful nutrient of all. Most people are surprised to learn that supplements behave differently inside an aging body. We picture a capsule dissolving, nutrients floating off to do their work, and the story ending there. But inside, a chain of tiny chemical steps begins absorption, transport, conversion, storage, and removal. And every one of those steps slows a little with age. What used to take hours can take days. That's why awareness, not fear, becomes the real key after 60. Your liver and kidneys are the heroes of this process. They're the cleanup crew that keeps the bloodstream balanced. In youth, they act like high-speed filters. By retirement age, they still work faithfully, just at a gentler pace. That slower rhythm means concentration builds faster when the input stays high. It's the difference between pouring water into a wide drain and into a narrow one. The flow still happens, it just needs more time. This is one reason doctors often remind older adults to review their full supplement list once in a while. Many people don't realize how often ingredients repeat. The energy blend and the joint formula on the same shelf may both contain identical nutrients. Overlap, not a single product, is usually the hidden problem. When you see it, you can make small adjustments that restore balance immediately. The goal of nutrition at this stage isn't volume, it's harmony. The body wants cooperation, not competition. Every nutrient plays in a larger orchestra. Too much of one instrument drowns out the rest. That's why food sources feel so natural. They deliver the full ensemble at once. Fiber to slow absorption, trace minerals to guide reactions, and water to keep everything moving. Food doesn't rush your system. Supplements do. That's neither good nor bad. It's just the nature of concentration. For short periods, concentrated nutrients can correct gaps. For long stretches, they can crowd the balance nature built. The secret is rotation and rest. Even the soil in a garden needs time to recover between harvests. Your body works the same way. If you've ever wondered why fatigue sometimes appears despite perfect nutrition, this may be part of the answer. The body spends energy managing excess, just as it spends energy fixing deficiency. Imagine running an air conditioner with the windows open. The machine works twice as hard to keep temperature steady. When intake finally matches need, energy returns almost automatically. Researchers studying older populations see the same pattern again and again. The healthiest participants aren't those with the highest nutrient numbers on paper. They're the ones with steady numbers year after year. Stability protects organs better than spikes or droughts. Your cells prefer a calm river to a flash flood. So how do you stay in that calm zone? Simple habits. Drink water throughout the day. It keeps your filters clear. Space supplements apart from medications unless a doctor says otherwise. Take them with meals, not on an empty stomach, so the digestive process can pace absorption naturally. And every few months, take inventory. What still makes sense? What became habit? The smartest approach is partnership with your healthcare team. Bring your list, even if you think it's boring. They'll appreciate it, and you'll gain clarity. A quick review of blood work or nutrient levels turns guessing into precision. You don't have to remember every number. You just need the trend. Am I steady, rising, or falling? That knowledge alone keeps you ahead of most problems before they start. Equally powerful is movement. Muscles act like sponges for nutrients. A short walk after breakfast helps circulate everything you consume. Light stretching before bed encourages your body to use what it already has rather than store it. These motions do more for absorption than doubling any capsule dose ever could. All of this returns to one message. Balance is power. The human body isn't fragile, it's responsive. When you give it rhythm instead of overload, it rewards you with clearer energy, calmer sleep, and steadier mood. You don't have to chase perfect numbers, you just have to keep the flow smooth. Tomorrow morning, when you pick up your vitamins, pause for a second. Feel gratitude for the body that's still adapting, still protecting you after all these years. It only asks for cooperation. Give it that and it will carry you farther than any pill ever promised. When we talk about balance, it helps to picture what's actually happening inside a single cell. Every cell is like a small city with gates, roads, and factories. Nutrients are its delivery trucks. They arrive at the gates, unload, and leave again. In youth, the traffic lights all work perfectly: green for entry, yellow for caution, red for stop. With age, those lights change more slowly. Sometimes 2 trucks arrive at once, sometimes one parks too long. That simple slowdown is what doctors mean when they say absorption and clearance decrease with age. It doesn't mean the system fails. It just means the rhythm changes. This change is one reason older adults often see stronger effects from the same supplements or medications that once felt gentle. The body's buffer zone becomes narrower. What once felt like a mild boost can now feel intense. It's not the product that changed, it's the city's traffic pattern. Recognizing that rhythm keeps you in control. Modern research focuses on how nutrients interact, not just how much you get of each. For example, scientists have found that minerals like zinc, calcium, and iron compete for the same transport channels. Taking all of them together in large doses means each one fights for a seat on the same bus. That's why balance, timing, and variety matter more than volume. The body uses what it needs, not what a label promises. Another part of this story is inflammation. Mild chronic inflammation increases with age. It's part of the natural repair process. Certain nutrients calm that process, while others amplify it when present in excess. Too many antioxidants, for instance, can actually silence the chemical signals that tell your body when to repair tissue. It's another reminder that equilibrium, not abundance, is the goal. If this sounds complicated, think of it like music again. Your body is an orchestra. Proteins are strings, fats are brass, carbohydrates are percussion, and micronutrients are the conductors keeping everyone in time. Add too many conductors shouting at once, and the music becomes noise. Keep one clear voice leading, and harmony returns. Now, let's talk about food, the natural sheet music your orchestra reads from. Real meals give you built-in proportion. A bowl of oatmeal with fruit delivers fiber, vitamins, and minerals in exactly the pace your digestion can handle. A handful of nuts supplies fats and antioxidants wrapped in their own protective shell. Even spices such as turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger bring small compounds that guide how your body uses other nutrients. That's why whole foods feel satisfying. They complete the circuit. When you add a supplement to this mix, picture it as turning up one instrument's volume. Sometimes that's exactly what you need, a short solo to fill the gap. But when the solo never ends, the melody disappears. Every so often, lowering the volume lets the rest of the band breathe again. This is why many nutritionists suggest short breaks or alternating days for certain extras once you've reached stability. It gives your body space to confirm what it truly needs. Awareness isn't about restriction, it's about precision. When you understand the why behind a habit, you no longer follow rules blindly. You cooperate with your own biology. That cooperation is what keeps people vibrant well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. They learn the rhythm of their own system and adjust gently rather than waiting for big alarms. Another layer of balance comes from lifestyle. Sleep, stress, and movement decide how nutrients behave once they're inside you. During restful sleep, the liver resets chemical pathways, clearing out unused compounds. Under chronic stress, those pathways tighten, storing instead of releasing. That's why relaxation practices, deep breathing, prayer, meditation, a short evening walk often make blood markers improve, even without diet changes. They reopen the system's traffic lights. Movement works the same way. Each time you move a joint or flex a muscle, you pump fresh blood into tissues and carry away waste products. That natural circulation is the best detox program nature ever built. No capsule can replace it. 5 minutes of gentle stretching after waking can move more nutrients through your bloodstream than a week of supplements taken without activity. Hydration completes the trio. Water is the highway every nutrient travels. Older adults sometimes forget thirst cues. The signal fades with age. Keeping a simple bottle nearby and sipping through the day protects kidneys, aids digestion, and keeps those tiny cellular cities running smoothly. Everything connects. The liver's pace, the kidney's clarity, the gut's rhythm, the mind's calm, they all influence how nutrients serve you. When one slows, the rest adjust. Balance one, and the others follow. That's the genius of the human body. It's always trying to return to equilibrium if we give it the chance. You may notice that in all of this, there are no complicated formulas, no secret products, just awareness. Awareness is free and powerful. It turns everyday routines into medicine and prevents small imbalances from becoming real problems. That's the art of aging well. So as we continue this discussion, remember, health isn't built from bottles. It's built from habits. The water you drink, the walks you take, the patience you practice when you read a label instead of rushing to copy a trend. These actions look simple from the outside but are profound on the inside. They tell your body, I'm listening. And when you listen, your body responds with strength, clarity, and calm. In the next part, we'll bring everything together, how daily rhythm, food timing, and gentle exercise form a foundation that keeps your organs, your mind, and your energy working in harmony for years to come. When you start to see health as balance instead of battle, everything changes. You stop chasing single fixes and begin to notice patterns, how you sleep after certain foods, how energy rises or falls with your routine, how your mood responds when you drink more water or walk a little longer. Those quiet details are the real data of your life. They tell you what your body loves and what it struggles with. The idea that wellness lives in small daily choices is both simple and revolutionary. Modern life trains us to look for dramatic solutions, but biology rewards consistency, not drama. One meal won't cure or harm you. One pill won't rebuild or destroy you. It's the rhythm of your days that shapes the way your cells behave. The body doesn't need perfection. It needs steadiness. Picture a pendulum swinging. If you pull it too far one way with heavy restriction, it swings back with cravings and fatigue. If you push it too far the other way with oversupplementation or excess food, it swings again with bloating or discomfort. Health happens in the quiet space, in the middle, the gentle sway where your body can adjust on its own. That's the zone to aim for. Each person's middle ground is unique. For one, it may mean a single multivitamin and a balanced diet. For another, it may mean more attention to protein or hydration. There's no universal formula, only universal awareness. Awareness turns confusion into clarity. It lets you make small, confident decisions instead of reacting to the next headline. The liver, the heart, the muscles, the nerves all thrive under stable conditions. They like predictability, regular meals, moderate movement, sufficient rest. Even mental calm influences them. Research in aging shows that positive outlooks correlate with lower inflammation markers. Optimism, gratitude, laughter, these aren't soft ideas, they're measurable chemistry. A few minutes of laughter can lower blood pressure faster than most expect. That's why emotional health belongs in every wellness plan. If you treat your thoughts with the same care you give your diet, the whole system responds. A calm mind regulates hormones that control appetite, sleep, and recovery. It's the invisible nutrient most people forget to count. Routine is another quiet hero. Going to bed and waking up around the same time teaches your body when to repair and when to perform. Morning light resets internal clocks. Evening calm tells the nervous system to slow down. These small cues synchronize digestion, absorption, and elimination. They create the predictable rhythm that makes everything else, nutrition, circulation, memory, work better. Think back to the journey we've taken together. First, we looked at how certain nutrients can accumulate if we aren't paying attention. Then we explored how aging changes absorption and clearance, and how awareness restores control. Next, we saw how food, movement, and hydration form the base of real strength. Now, we understand that mental and emotional steadiness seal the foundation. When you align all four: nutrition, movement, rest, and mindset, you give your body a chance to operate like it did years ago. Coordinated, efficient, resilient. That's the goal, not chasing youth, but maintaining harmony. Youth is a season, balance is a skill, and balance can last a lifetime. For viewers who already live with chronic conditions, the same principle applies. Small improvements matter. If you shorten the time between checkups, review your medications with a professional, or switch one processed snack for a fresh option, those changes compound quietly. Tiny corrections made early prevent large corrections later. That's the gentle math of longevity. Aging well isn't about outsmarting the body, it's about partnering with it. The body isn't an enemy to be fixed, it's an ally, asking for rhythm, patience, and respect. Even now, after decades of use, your heart beats more than 100,000 times a day. Your lungs exchange oxygen 20,000 times, and your cells rebuild microscopic damage while you rest. That's dedication. The least we can do is support that loyalty with consistent care. When people reach their 70s and 80s and still walk briskly, think clearly, and smile easily, it's rarely luck. It's years of listening to their hunger, their fatigue, their curiosity. They adjust quietly, they keep moving, and they never stop learning. That habit of listening is the real fountain of youth. So, as you end this video, take a breath and look at your daily routine with new eyes. Ask yourself, do I eat with purpose? Do I move enough to feel my heart wake up each day? Do I give my mind time to settle before sleep? And do I review what I take, not from fear, but from understanding? Those questions are worth more than any new supplement on the market, because in the end, knowledge and awareness are still the most powerful nutrients we have. They cost nothing, they don't expire, and they work instantly. Use them, and your body will do the rest. Thank you for spending this time learning with me. Take care of yourself, listen to your body, stay steady, stay positive, and as always, stay healthy, my friends.